Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something a lot of dog owners notice.
Hmm.
You switch your dog from kibble to, say, freshly cooked food, and bam, they often trim down, especially around the belly. Why is that?
It's a really common observation, and yeah, there's some interesting science behind it. We're looking at some insights today, primarily from Adele Mans.
Right, so our mission here is basically to unpack the key reasons for this change,
Mhm.
give you the main takeaways.
Exactly. It all ties back to how different food types affect a dog's body.
Okay, so let's jump in. The first big point seems to be digestion. Fresh food is easier to digest than kibble.
Yeah, that's a major factor. Think about kibble. It goes through some intense processing, right? At high temperatures.
Hmm.
That heat can actually change the structure of proteins, maybe make some nutrients less available. Plus, kibble often has, well, a lot of fillers, starches, plant-based stuff.
Stuff a dog system isn't really designed for.
Pretty much. Their digestive tracts are, you know, optimized for breaking down meat-based diets more efficiently. Freshly cooked food with real meat, veg, fruit, it's just gentler.
Mhm.
Closer to what their bodies naturally handle well.
So the body can actually use the nutrients better from fresh food. Is that the idea?
That's it precisely. Better digestion equals better nutrient absorption. If they struggle to digest, not only do they miss out on nutrients, but that undigested stuff can cause problems.
Like inflammation
Yeah.
or just storing calories?
Both, potentially. Undigested food can contribute to gut inflammation, and unused calories, well, they often end up stored as fat.
Okay, that makes sense. And that ties into the next point, right? Reduced bloating and better muscle tone.
Absolutely. That inflammation we just mentioned, it
Yeah.
can show up as bloating, maybe some water retention, makes the belly look kind of puffy.
Ah, right.
Fresh whole foods generally don't trigger that same inflammatory response, so less puffiness. And then there's the muscle aspect.
More protein.
Usually, yeah. High quality animal protein, which is crucial for building lean muscle. And often, these fresh diets have fewer of those simple carbs compared to some tibbles. Good protein, fewer unnecessary carbs that supports muscle development over fat storage.
So you're swapping out things that might cause bloating for ingredients that actually build muscle. Nice.
Yeah.
The source material also talks about empty calories in kibble. What does that mean in this context?
Well, think about it. Kibble can be very calorie dense, but where are those calories coming from? Often, a significant chunk is from carbohydrates.
Which dogs don't need in huge amounts.
No, not like humans do. So those carb-heavy calories provide energy, sure, but maybe not the optimal type of energy source or the rich nutrient profile they really thrive on. Those are kind of the empty calories.
I see. They fill the calorie count, but maybe not the nutritional needs.
You got it. Switching to a well-balanced fresh diet often means more nutrient density per calorie. They get the vitamins, the minerals, the good proteins without quite so much baggage, let's say.
Baggage that leads to weight gain,
Often, yes. It helps manage their overall intake more effectively.
which naturally leads to another point satiety, dogs feeling fuller.
Yeah, this is a big one owners notice. It's likely because the fresh food is more nutrient dense. Their body is actually getting what it needs, signaling fullness more effectively.
Makes sense.
Plus, the real ingredients, the fiber from veggies, it just has more substance, more bulk compared to some highly processed kibble. Fills them up better.
And maybe less begging at the table or
Yeah.
scavenging.
That's often reported, yeah. A more satisfied dog is less likely to be constantly looking for extra snacks.
Definitely a bonus. Okay, so what about the visible stuff? What changes might people actually see relatively quickly?
Within a few weeks sometimes, owners might notice a more defined waistline. That tummy area looks flatter, less round.
Less of the bloating we talked about.
Exactly. And more energy is common too.
Mm.
A brighter, shinier coat is another big one. Clearer eyes sometimes.
Digestion.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Often see improvements there. Smaller, firmer stools are a classic sign of efficient digestion. Just an overall healthier, more vibrant look. The article mentions a specific provider, Bismarck's Bistro, just as context for where these observations come from.
Right, just an example cited. Okay, so wrapping this up. The belly fat loss and other good signs really boil down to a few key things then.
Pretty much. It's the easier digestion, leading to better nutrient use. It's reduced inflammation and bloating.
Fewer of those empty calories.
And better satiety, making them feel fuller and more satisfied with their meals. It's about feeding them in a way that supports their biology, really.
Well, this has been super insightful. Thanks.
What pleasure.
And for everyone listening, maybe this gives you some food for thought, quite literally. How might your dog's current diet be impacting their overall well-being? something to consider. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.